Hi guys, welcome to my project. This is my attempt to build North Platte Yard, Bailey Yard at North Platte rather. I'm using Trainz 2010. I've created the map using TransDem. It goes from Paxton west of North Platte to a little place called Dar to the east of North Platte. What I've done is create a map with the DEM data from USGS, giving all the right heights for the terrain. I've then created UTM tiles to go over the map so I can lay the track. What you see in front of you is O'Fallon's Junction, which is west of Bailey Yard, where traffic from the PRB, the Powder River Basin coal mines, joins the overland route into Bailey Yard. I'll take you for a tour through what we've done. What I've done is actually flattened all the terrain after all the nice DEM data and nice terrain at all the right height. I butchered it by making it all at one height, so I can easily lay the track with the baseboards. So here we have 4 tracks. The overland route's double tracked, but coming out of PRB, it's four tracks all the way into Bailey Yard. So this should make laying track really easy and end up with a pretty accurate rendition afterwards. It shows all the crossovers, lights, small town of Hershey. Now we're coming down to the start of Bailey Yard. It's supposed to be the biggest rail yard in the world. What a project to pick to start, eh? Okay. A little bit about my project is I'm myself interested in railroad operations. Not so much the pretty pictures. There's some really good train stuff out there with some really amazing maps that I can never ever do. But my maps, you won't see too much scenery. It's all about railroad operations. Anything to get more trains onto the map and make the operations more realistic. So I'm a little bit different in that way. Hopefully doing a series like this might bring a few more guys out of the woodwork that are interested in railroad operations. I know our fellow model railroaders with the actual physical as opposed to virtual model railroading. Quite a few of those are into the operations side of things with their card systems and switching yards, dispatching trains. Love watching those videos. So basically I've always been interested in the operations side, and so decided to make these videos just to hopefully drag a few more guys out of the woodwork and hook up with some like-minded people. So anyway, on with Bailey Yard, eh? So this is a few things. I'll show you a little map later of Bailey Yard by guys put one together. There's also another good reference thing that I have, and that's Trainz magazine did a write-up on North Platte Bailey Yard in July 2010. There's a really nice map in there that helps explain and understand things, so I've used that to help understand how and the way things work. So these are the arrival tracks. Nice wide spacing, obviously for inspections, 1,000-mile inspections, fuel racks, so the locos don't have to be disconnected from the trains and can be fueled, I presume, with the DPU units on the end. I presume they must be filled with tankers or something, I presume, as there's no fueling racks at the back, and the tracks leading out of the fueling racks are not long enough to hold a train, so don't know, have to do a bit more research to find out. But anyway, obviously eastbound from here we have the eastbound bowl, the hump yard. Bailey Yard has two hump yards, so there's a mass of tracks in here, massive sorting rail cars. So there's also a westbound hump yard over here. Where are we? Here we are. So there's two excuse me. Yeah, so there's two big hump yards to make. Now, as any Trainz guy would know, it's all very well to make nice big yards. However, due to the limitations of computer power and such, nice big yards don't look very good with not much traffic in it. There's no way in the world that going to be able to put all this traffic onto a Trainz map, but we'll give it a go and see how we work out. There might be a few tricks we can do. As I said, mostly interested in train operations. We might have to split the map and say do all the coal traffic on one map, say do all the intermodal on another map, and perhaps all the carload traffic on another map. I don't know, we'll see how it all works out. In the end, it may all just get biffed out the window too. So, but that will probably be my last video if it happens. I'll make a video of it. Always a bit of a guy for humour. Right, we also have the where are we? Here we are, the repair shops. I want to model this building. Now, I do some 3ds Max work, so I will model this building. Won't be a lot of detail, but we'll make the diesel shops. What I'll do is I'll make the doors on them opening and closing, so that we can have a little bit of realistic, so you can shut them down and open them up occasionally, get locos in and out. Sure is a lot of broken locos there. Storage tracks, all the SD90s stored there till times get busier, I presume. More refueling racks here, service tracks, clean the toilets, polish the windows, clean the windows. I believe there's also some more stored SD90s over here too. This is obviously where they store the coal cars, or coal consists not in use, or extras to replace broken cars. So I believe this is the westbound through tracks, the empties to go to the PRB. Westbound refueling racks. Now somewhere here, I believe it might be this building here. They call it Area 51. It's got a big sign on it. Area 51. Don't know how much truth, and it might be that one. One of these ones anyway. Area 51. Well, Trainz magazine says it's because they can service 51 empty coal trains a day. Like a bit of humour. Okay, and then we head out eastbound. Obviously car servicing shops here. Maybe we might model this one too. But it won't be a lot of detail. I want to keep the detail to a minimum so that your computer's going to be grunting at the end of this, that's for sure. Unless it turns into a big epic fail. But anyway, now we're looking at coming out on the eastbound leads. Heading towards Omaha and Chicago. And this is the triple track main. Goes to Gibbon, where Gibbon splits off and goes to Kansas City. Or at Gibbon, it splits off and goes to Kansas City. While the double track main goes to Omaha, Chicago. Okay, I haven't covered the whole area with tiles, well, with Google Earth pictures, but just the main bits where there's lights, signal lights, that is, crossovers, or anything major like that that's happening on the tracks. I've just made a tile for it so I can easily or accurately arrange that part of the track. Now I've lowered everything to a particular height. We'll go back up into the yard and show you. To make track laying easy. Okay, because everything's been lowered to the height and the tiles have been set at the height, we can lay the track with just so I can see the railhead and I can see the UTM tile underneath, so it makes it really easy just to keep an eye on where you are and what's going on, and end up with an accurate representation at the end. So that's basically what's going on there. Regarding rail operations, this maps will be connected to our map at both ends, one going to the PRB, the overland route into the east going to Omaha and Chicago, joined via portholes that allow you to a train to leave the map and then come on to the next map and carry on its journey. Using Quick Portal Manager by Pierre Guy, or P Guy, very nice piece of kit. It will allow the train to leave the map, or the time it leaves the map is the time it will appear on the next map to carry on its journey. What I usually do is play 6 or 8 hour session on one map and then move to the next map and carry on the session that way. However, you may spot the problem coming the other way. I'll leave that for you guys to figure out. Yeah, so that's basically it. So we'll just go up the west. We're heading west here. We'll just travel up here a bit. We'll go back up to O'Fallon's. Might be able to put a little bit of detail into those towns, but it won't be much. As I say, there's guys out there that can do way better scenery and stuff than me, so my focus is a little different. Okay, this is heading out towards South Morel and the PRV, and here I've got the Gerald Gentleman Power Plant. I have got this on the PRB map, but I think I'll stick it. I've got it on here as well, and I think I'll use this because it's got a nice crossover here of the overland route. So that'll look quite nice, I think. So I'm quite tempted to leave it here, and it's only going to be probably, I'm not sure how many trains a day this plant receives, but I don't think it's a big plant. I think probably only one train a day. I don't know. I'll have to do some research and look at the numbers. I have to knock down some more terrain there to get a. We'll just do that now, eh? Nope. There we go. It's better. We'll just knock down a bit of this. Just. Yeah, so there we are, Gerald Gentleman Power Plant, and the coal pile. So we'll be delivering coal to the power station there. So yeah, so that's my North Platte part of the project. So what I'll do now is I'll just show you how I'll just carry on a build section afterwards. It's where I'll just ramble on and show you how I did all these tiles and the like, and you guys can tune out whenever you've had enough if you're not sick of it already. So I'll show you that fog chart, and we'll carry on with that. Thanks, guys. Okay, this is the fog chart that I'm just using for reference. This guy, J.K. Friedman, who's done a lot of fog charts for the UP. Absolutely invaluable. They're not official ones, and as he says, they're not 100% accurate. They're full of mistakes. But hey, it's better than nothing, and it's really valuable. A lot of good information there, and it's got the web address on here as well. So last I know, it's still there, although he was talking about closing it down. Down here at the bottom here, fogchart.com. So yeah, more research the better. Okay, one other thing I want to show you is okay, made the terrain map for North Platte. One important thing to do is to save the original terrain map that you've made to put back in after you've laid all the track and done everything. I'll show you this now. Okay, what we want to do is open up the map file in Content Manager, North Platte, what we're working on, and once it's open for edit, we're looking for the ground file, the map file, ground. We want to copy this file out to a safe place, because what we'll do is we've finished laying track and everything's happy, we can copy this ground file back in, and we'll get all our nice terrain back, because we're going to butcher it severely to bring up the tiles and lay the track. Okay, this is the boring part of the video. What I'm going to do now is I'm just going to go about building what I do, what you saw previously. I know with watching other guys train videos that I like working on the computer on my stuff, and watching and listening to them as they go about their business. So this will probably be pretty boring, but I'm just going to ramble on, and if anybody's in the same situation as me, they can just work away on their project and do the same thing. So what all happens here is yeah, that's better, we're all working. Hey, that's not supposed to happen. We want to go 840. Ah, nuts. Can never drive this thing when I want to. Okay, what I've done is I've been up the map and seen about what the lowest point is, and I'm just going to lower everything now, so that I can get the tiles at the right height to lay the track. So it's basically just butchering all the nice DEM scenery. So it's pretty ick. It's that southwest corner that that controls the height of the DEM tile. You can see as they're dropping away. Probably a best thing to do. There we go. And this is just to get the tiles into one flat plane, and then we can go and lay all the track. I guess model railroad guys, this is your flat plywood base, no gradients, no nothing, just flat, boring terrain. Find a join that we can cut it back across. southwest corner that controls the height of the baseboard. So basically all you have to do is to get that corner into that, what are we, 840 meters. Okay, we'll just cross across here, and this is what we're after. .840, and what we do is we put it 18420. Okay, and now we'll just wander down the actual track. Here we go. We'll do a few more, eh? Right. So here we have the track, what we're doing, rolling on down there. Okay, while we've been so picky about getting this to be 0.2 higher, is where are we? Is for the track height. So when we come down to lay the track, we just get the top of the rails sticking through, so that we can, you can see, just run it through and line it up like that, and just the rail head stays across, so you can reference the baseboard and you can see what's going on the tile, see what you're doing with the track rather. Bit confusing here when your mind's elsewhere, but yeah, it's basically it. We'll lay all the track going west to east. There's a lot of conjecture on doing things like that. A lot of guys say it's your best to do it, but a lot of people say it makes no difference. To me, I like doing it as when you're moving along, consist down the track. If you've got track going both ways and you accidentally swap a track, the consist will flick around and it becomes very annoying. So I tend to lay all my track in the one direction. This one will go west to east. Right, we'll push on down to the yard, before you guys get too bored and bugger off if you haven't already. Down into the meaty part of the yard. What is going on here? You're in brain dead mode, mate. Definitely a senior moment. Never mind. Carry on. God, I'm going to have to fix the squeaky chair. I forgot about that. Perhaps we'll start the video again, Start again. I want to get down into the meaty part of the yard. Might keep somebody interested if I do that. We're not going to be adding a lot of scenery here. It's all about operations. So, as anybody would know in Trainz, it's all very well to build nice big yards that are really, really fantastic. The problem comes down to is that you can't run much rolling stock to fill it up. So you tend to have nice big yards with lots and lots of track and no rolling stock. So we may well end up like that here. But we shall see. From an operations point of view, worst comes to worst, I'll split it into two, maybe three. Let's say plan A is stick it all on the one map, which I don't think is going to happen. But what I'll do first is get all the coal stuff done for Trainz coming off the PRB, off the Powder River Basin, into North Platte here. I'll get that going, and then what are you doing? Another senior moment. And get that going, and then we'll look at the carload side of stuff and the intermodal stuff, the block swapping that goes on at North Platte. So there's three kind of big or separate operations that go on that we can that we can split off to have. So we might end up operating three North Platte maps to for the kind of operations I want to run. They'll each feed out towards Chicago and towards North Platte and the overland route westbound onto one map. But there might be, because this is such an intense place, there might be three maps to handle it all. It's a bit of starting off with a bit of a nightmare of maps, really. But yeah, why not jump in at the deep end and drown, eh? Tiger for punishment. Nothing like an epic fail to start with. What the hell? Bit of a laugh. Right, we'll work our way back up here. Yeah, it's looking about pretty average. So let me see. What do we got here? Oh, this is an impressive place. You see what I mean about butchering the nice DM terrain that we've got? You make it all nice and then you go flatten it. But I found it the best way to lay track. Roland's done terrain following tiles. Like these are just flat tiles, but he's done terrain following tiles. I've never tried them, but I guess it works for some people. To me, I like a nice flat table. Lay all my track on that, and then put the terrain back in afterwards, and then work on the gradients. There's not much gradients here. It's just a slight drop to the west. Looks like only about probably 100 meters at most. So hopefully we can keep most of Bailey Yard flat. No need to go out that far. Oh, cool trains everywhere, eh? Busy. I think they load around 100 coal trains a day on the PRB, or 75, something like that. So if I can get 50, I'll be pretty happy. Should be able to get some good operations out of that. Another thing I'll do too is perhaps if this really grinds to a halt, or perhaps to get more traffic onto here, is rolling stock, I'll drop it down to the lowest LOD and just run North Platte on a separate installation of Trainz, on a separate installation of 2010, and then just have sort of like crappy rolling stock just for this map, seeing it's so intense and so busy, and carry on running the nice rolling stock on the other maps where things are not quite so intense. Chicago's another place that might have to do that too. It's a pretty insane kind of place. Don't quite know how gonna do that, whether we have it all one big map or whether we split it off and run UP operations on one version of the Chicago map and run BNSF on the other one, perhaps. I don't know. Lots of things to think about. How far are we going to go with this? What do we got here? No, we don't really need to do that, do we? Go down the other side. Yeah, got the hump yards here. Two of them, they actually hump both the same way, although one's an eastbound yard and one's a westbound yard, but they both hump from west to east. So I didn't know that until I started researching for this map. Yeah, or route, as they like to say. To me, I've always called them a map. Ah, well. Arrival yards there. Arrival yards, departure yards, diesel facility, storage tracks. I like that Bailey webcam they've got too. That's quite good. Although I wish it was fixed. HD fixed. It'd be quite good. Spend a lot more time watching it, I would think. Kind of need one in two directions. The place is too big, or so big. Sort of like what they've done with the webcam at the Los Angeles port. I like watching that a bit. Hours of boredom until the ship arrives. I wish UP had shifted all the rolling stock out for the day that they took these pictures, eh? Would have made things a lot easier. Inconsiderate, eh? Duh. What else is going on here? There we go. Make sure we get down here, eh? Such big decisions. Guess I must be in mumble mode by now. It's usually my things start off with a hiss and a roar and then drop to a mumble. So I've got to keep G'ing myself up here. But no, we'll just do a little bit more and call it quits. And I'll finish it off and then show it at the first, but it's kind of a bit of a back to front video. You can do this bit first and then but I think that's probably a good way I might try and do my videos, is say what I have to say at the start, or what you guys might find interesting, or I think you might find interesting, and then I'll just carry on and do a then when we've done explaining all the updates that I'd like to do and what's going on, I'll just do a build portion afterwards that you can tune out of if you're not into it, and gee, I'm not good at talking and working at the same time. And then and if you want to hang around and watch stuff like this, or if you're working on your own project like I do, real shout out to those train model guys. Yeah, I love watching your stuff. I don't care how long your videos are, love it, because while I'm working here doing this, I'm just listening to you guys, and you're doing something interesting, I'll have a look and carry on with my stuff. So it's really good, awesome stuff. So that's the kind of vein I'm going to go along on, is just do an update at the start, and then I'll just carry on with some boring stuff afterwards that you can just tune out if you don't, or hang in there if you want to, if you're a tiger for punishment. I don't know how long we've been going now. I'll just keep going, I'll edit it and chop it out. Plus, tend to ramble a bit, you know. When you get older, you ramble a bit. I know I start to ramble these days, talk about lots of BS. Tends to come more natural when you're older. Yeah, like I probably said earlier, it's not going to be much scenery on this map. Well, yeah, or any of my maps really. It's all about train ops. Anything to run more and more trains as you get more and more realistic. That's what I'm after, and that's what floats my boat. Not really into the pretty pictures and the nice run bys, or not into driving the trains myself. No, that doesn't work for me. I'd rather kind of be the overall head of operations that makes things happen. But found a lot of guys in trains into different things, you know, and all credit to them. You know, some guys are into driving trains, and that's what they're all about, and all power to them. You know, everybody's different. Some guys just like making scenery or making content. Good on them. It's whatever you want to do. It gives you enough versatility to do, so you just keep powering on what you do. Me, operations, boring as hell scenery. Probably bang on about that from now until doomsday. So this is all heading east towards Chicago. Putting together the next map down the line at the moment. We're just putting all this stuff together. I was going to have one map from here to to Chicago, but it's quite there's quite a bit happening. Hey, what's going on here? It's disappeared. Oh, okay. I know what's going on. Yeah, it's quite intense. There's lots of industries and triple track. Get this right. Come out of brain dead mode, mate. Yeah. Yeah, it's quite a lot of industries and quite a lot of stuff going on, so I'm probably going to have to split it into two maps. Go to Omaha and then carry on to Chicago after that, and split it into two, because there's some big ethanol plants down towards Omaha. One at Blair and the other one at I can't remember now. But that'd be good for 1 or 2 unit trains a day for industries. Looks like they're served both by UP and BNSF. So yeah, that's what I'm working on, preparing those, plus a few other things going on. Doing some work in 3ds Max and so not just completely working on this solely, but other things going on. So I've decided to make a few videos, and wow, what a learning curve. Really biffed the whole lot through the window the other day. But, well, no, not the other day, last night. It's not a happy camper. But I'm starting to get the hang of it now. This will either turn out to be a disaster or worth persevering with. We'll see what happens. But I'm impressed by the model train guys with their updates and stuff like that. So I thought, hey, why not do the same? You know, using an older version of Trainz, so there's probably not too many guys are going to be into it. But hey, somebody might be. So what? Who cares? We'll just keep plodding along, sticking out the videos, having a bit of fun. Name of the game, isn't it? Yep. Can't get the right height. Run off to the side. There you go. Now get it. So with the UTM tiles, what I've done here is I've gone and mapped every curve for this map. So I've missed out the straight bits in the middle, where you don't really need tiles to lay straight track. Where there's lights or crossovers or something like that, I've made a tile for that, so you can get that all accurate. What's going on here? So you can get that all accurate, and should end up with pretty detailed map in the end, as track wise goes, or a pretty accurate, we won't call it detail, we'll call it accurate map in the end as far as track goes. See, like this has been done. What's this done for? Yeah, we've got crossovers here. Must be something else happening up here too. Yeah, bend in the road. Yeah, next update we'll do is we'll be laying the track. We'll lay the track for here, and you certainly get to know a lot of how things work when you turn down and lay the track, and you look at the big picture and it's you miss all the little fine detail, but when you got to sit down and do it all, you all of a sudden start to realise all the little bits that all the little quirks that really, and it makes it good for making up the sessions to make things happen. The way they do in the real world. So one thing I would like to know though is how long do the Trainz spend in those refueling racks? How long does it take to get the toilets cleaned, new tank of gas, kick the tyres and get them out of there? I'd really like to know that. Anybody that knows, flick me a message, because I'd like to set that part of the operations as crew. To me, I don't know, 20 minutes, 40 minutes perhaps, I don't know, no idea. Like, they're still attached to the train, aren't they? So I guess there could be other problems too, where they take out bad ordered cars and stuff like that, replace new ones that take a bit of time. But just how long for just the normal average time it takes to go through the refueling racks and get turned over before they continue on their journey to either back to the PRB or back to Chicago or wherever they're heading. You guys probably didn't see that because I don't think it shows on the video. I just pressed outside the map and it collapsed the window. Time for a save, eh? I don't like using that automatic save. You end up doing something and it puts a pause into whatever you're doing. I'd rather just save every once in a while. If you get a power crash, well, tough luck. So it's just my preferred way of doing it. The other thing I do too is every day I say, like, doing this, I'll work all day on this or whatever, and then the next day I'll work on this. I'll do a backup. I'll just save it so that if anything happens, worst that happens is I lose one day's work. So it's not the end of the world. I do that for all my projects in Trainz, and it's served me well. Quite often I've had to revert back to the day before, or even a couple of days before, when something's happened that I haven't noticed, and you've had to go, all the work down the drain, and go back to 2 days ago before the mistake happened, or something happened that you lost a bit, and better than starting again from scratch, because I've done that and it wasn't pretty. Back to real sulk. So don't want to do things like that, so just a bit of common sense and back it up works for me. Oh well. I guess we'll call this about quits, I suppose. I've got a lawn to mow. Then I'll come back in and finish this and do the first part of the video. It's kind of like a little bit of a back to front thing here in this kind of video world, isn't it? Oh well, guys, thanks for watching. Hope you find it interesting. I'm just going to keep making these videos. It's quite enjoyable, and see if I can't bore the pants off you. Cheers. Everyone have a good time, eh? Take care.